Tai Yuan, a member of what you might call a righteous organization, a group that seems to be acting out of some sense of honor. But here's the thing, this guy is brutal. Like, his own partner, Zhao Mamin, is constantly left in shock by his actions. Let's rewind to just 3 minutes before everything went sideways. Zhao Mamin couldn't even begin to imagine how the situation would become this complicated. Their initial objective, a priceless Buddha head statue worth millions, guarded by a dense infrared laser security system. Now, normally that'd be a huge problem. But for Tai Yuan, child's play, this guy effortlessly navigates the constantly shifting laser grid. It's like he's dancing with danger. Zhao Mamin is hot on his heels. But then disaster strikes, he slips and falls. But Tai Yuan, ice cold. He quickly backtracks to help his partner. With Tai Yuan leading the way, they successfully navigate the danger zone and reach the safe containing the Buddha head. Clock ticking, with just 2 minutes to spare, Zhao Mamin, a top-tier lockpicker, manages to disable the triple-layered locking mechanism. Inside, they find the Buddha head. It's not just some artifact. Rumor has it that it also contains clues to the location of a legendary gold treasure. Out of nowhere, a squad of black-clad assassins appears. They're clearly after the same prize. Tai Yuan instantly throws himself into the fight, and after taking a blow to the head, he goes absolutely berserk. Enemies are swarming in, and the big question is, can these two guys even make it out of this alive? Fast forward 10 years. Tai Yuan has reinvented himself as Master Xiang, the organizer of a prestigious lock-picking competition, drawing in the best experts in the world. The grand prize is a recently surfaced legendary artifact, the Zodiac Sword from the Sui dynasty. But there's a twist. The police have sent undercover operatives into the event, hoping to recover the sword and apprehend Xiang. Master Xiang doesn't make an appearance until a young man named Zhao Ji displays extraordinary talent in the challenges. Then, the final trial is revealed. The Ziwu Yuanyang lock, one of the 3 most complex locks in the world, rumored to be only openable by its original creator. And that creator? None other than the legendary Zhao Mamin from back in the day. Xiang immediately recognizes Zhao Ji as Zhao Mamin's son, thanks to a distinctive pendant the young man is wearing. Right at that moment, the police raid the scene. Xiang immediately orders a retreat and tells his men to take Zhao Ji with them. But Zhao Ji grabs the Zodiac Sword and makes a break for it. One of Xiang's henchmen, Ma, gives chase. As Ma closes in, Zhao Ji makes a daring jump from the high-rise building. Ma has to find another route to pursue. But Zhao Ji outsmarts him at every turn. Zhao Ji is still on the run, and the tension is through the roof. He makes another daring escape, this time crashing through a shattered window, and Ma and her goons are closing in. They try to surround him, but Zhao Ji makes a ballsy leap, landing smack dab onto a passing truck. This guy's got some serious parkour skills, but his freedom doesn't last long. The cops manage to intercept the truck, and just like that, Zhao Ji is arrested. But here's the twist. He doesn't seem worried at all. Not one bit. Turns out, he's an investigator for the Changbao Corporation, specializing in the recovery of lost artifacts. An investigator? Sounds fancy. Chief Kuan says, all skeptical and not buying it for a second. He points out that Zhao Ji's father was a known thief and that Zhao Ji is now entangled with Xiang, a notorious crime lord. Why would he think he could be trusted? That's when Changbao Corporation confirms Zhao Ji's identity as their investigator, leaving Chief Kuan with no choice but to let him go. Busted. But as soon as Zhao Ji steps out of the police station, BAM, he bumps into a blind man. Excuse me, can you tell me which way to the overpass? The man asks. Zhao Ji politely gives directions. But as soon as he turns, he realizes his passport is gone, vanished into thin air. He gives chase and soon figures out that the blind man is actually one of Xiang's henchmen, a master of disguise known as the Master. How about we play a game? Your passport's on me. Join Longtang and you can have it back. The Master says smugly. Zhao Ji isn't having any of it. He snatches back his passport and walks away. But wouldn't you know it, he immediately becomes Ma's next target. Lucky for him, he was ready this time and not only managed to keep his passport, but also swiped her cell phone. That's what I call getting one back. And Ma is furious, chases after him, but Zhao Ji quickly gets the upper hand and subdues her. But even though he seems to get away, the Zodiac sword chase isn't over yet. He keeps running, but runs into Xiang's most skilled and deadliest fighter. The special agent easily defeats Zhao Ji. However, when they open his backpack, it's completely empty. Taking advantage of the situation, Zhao Ji escapes once again. To be sure, he immediately calls a taxi. But you know what they say, old ginger is more spicy. Xiang is a step ahead. I win, Xiang says as the taxi doors lock shut. Zhao Ji has no choice but to sit tight and listen as Xiang resumes the story from 10 years ago. Zhao Mamin took the Buddha head, Xiang tells him. After the taxi incident, Xiang Yi gets back to his hideout, but it's total chaos. The Buddha head is gone, and so is his accomplice from all those years ago. He realizes that his plan failed. With the cops breathing down his neck, he has to change his name to Xiang and go into hiding, desperately searching for any trace of the missing artifact and his former partner. Years pass and finally his efforts pay off. He discovers that Zhao Mimin had hidden the Buddha head inside a lock of his own design, a lock called Heaven and Earth Chenkuan. But somehow, this lock ended up in the hands of an antique dealer named Li Wanhao. Li Wanhao is no ordinary pawnshop owner. This guy is shrewd, with a razor-sharp eye for detail, and he's incredibly cautious. Anyone who tries to pass off a fake on him pays a heavy price. But even with all his expertise, Li Wanhao hasn't been able to crack the Heaven and Earth Chenkuan lock all these years. Back in the taxi, Zhao Ji is listening intently. "You want me to help you get the Buddha head back from Li Wanhao?" Zhao Ji says, questioning. "It's not just about the Buddha head," Xiang says, knowing Zhao Ji doesn't care about a dumb Buddha. "He also has information about your father." Those words hit Zhao Ji hard. Finding his father is his biggest goal, his deepest desire. He's always wondered if his father is still alive, and why a man who taught him never to take what isn't his turned into a thief. The reason he entered the contest in the first place was to hopefully find him. Finally, Zhao Ji agrees to team up with Xiang. Xiang immediately introduces the members of his crew. The special agent, a highly trained operative, fiercely loyal to Xiang, who once saved his life. Zhenju, Pearl, a computer expert, in charge of providing technical support. The master, the disguise expert. And Ma, Xiang's adopted daughter. Getting back to the plan, their next target is the Tony Museum, where the pair of Plum Blossom lock, also created by Zhao Mimin, is stored. Cracking this lock will give them the clues they need to open the Heaven and Earth Chenkuan lock and recover the Buddha head. Xiang tells Zhao Ji not to worry about anything else. Xiang will arrange for the special agent and Ma to get him into the museum's storage basement. All he has to do is successfully crack the lock within 15 minutes. However, he also has a condition. He will only pick the lock and not steal anything. Xiang agrees. They then have the master disguise himself as a Japanese antique dealer, accompanied by collecting advisor and Ma and bodyguard the special agent. Enter the Tony Museum without a problem. "We're delighted you took the time to visit my museum," the master says smoothly, in the guise of the wealthy antique dealer. The master offers an outrageous price for a certain antique, forcing the museum director himself to come and greet them. To distract him, and Ma immediately tries to use her charm, but the director doesn't budge. Zhenju then suggests switching out the beauty for a handsome man, letting the special agent flirt with the director. Desperate times call for desperate measures. "Wow, your muscles are amazing," the director says, falling right for the tactic. "I also like to go to the gym," the special agent says with a wink. Seizing the opportunity, the master slips away and scatters prepared insect eggs onto the floor. This was their real goal all along, creating a distraction and getting the authorities called in. The museum, fearing a pest infestation, immediately calls a pest control company, but Zhenju intercepts the call. "Tony Museum, this is..." The operator begins. "We suspect a pest infestation here. Please send someone over immediately," Zhenju said, pretending to be the operator, as if nothing were wrong. And so, half an hour later, Xiang and Zhenju, disguised as pest control workers, confidently enter the museum. Their goal is simple: hack into the internal network, gain control and monitor the entire museum, paving the way for the trio of Zhao Ji to act more easily. However, at that moment, Chief Kuan shows up at the museum. Hearing about the arrival of the two pest control workers, he immediately becomes suspicious. "These guys are fishy," he thinks. Aiming, "Help me check out the pest control company, Richards," Chief Kuan says to his partner. Meanwhile, things aren't going smoothly for the special agent either. Although Ma managed to get into the ventilation duct while pulling Zhao Ji up, a security guard unexpectedly appeared on the roof to patrol. The special agent immediately took action, intending to knock out his opponent in an instant. But he and Zhao Ji are tied together by a rope. Any rash action and Zhao Ji would be toast along with him. Luckily, Ma reacted quickly, managing to hold Zhao Ji tight. Finally, both of them successfully crawled through the ventilation duct and into the exhibition room where the pair of Plum Blossom lock is located. Time for Zhao Ji to show his skills, despite having only 15 minutes. The key he needs to use is the pattern inside another lock, a lock that he previously made a 1:1 model of and carefully memorized the path of the lock. So, before he knew it, he was left with the final lock. But just at that moment, Chief Kuan starts to act. Police are being mobilized. They're heading towards this exhibition room. Abort the plan. Retreat. The special agent immediately tries to pull Ma and Zhao Ji back up. But at the critical moment, Zhao Ji refuses to leave. He's dead set on opening that lock. Reluctantly, the special agent is forced to retreat alone, leaving Zhao Ji in a sticky situation. When Zhao Ji finally opens the lock, all he finds inside are 2 lines of moral teaching. The iron lock of heaven and earth has its own way. A gentleman should be careful when alone and abandon greed. These words are like 2 slaps across Zhao Ji's face. He wanted so desperately to find some clue regarding his father, and instead found a life lesson. At the same time, the police have surrounded the entire museum. There's no way either of them can escape. I'll handle this, Zhao Ji says with a serious tone. Zhao Ji opens the door and steps out, intentionally exposing himself to the police for arrest. Meanwhile, Enma, hiding in the room, grabs a random piece of cloth and transforms herself into an elegant lady visiting the museum. Seeing the invitation card that Enma had forged beforehand, the museum staff didn't suspect a thing. Just like that, Enma calmly walks out of the museum and makes her escape. Zhao Ji, however, is stuck in the exhibition room with police closing in around him. He's got police in front and in back, but no chance to escape. You can't run. You're definitely going to get caught. A calm voice echoes. Sure enough, the next second, Zhao Ji is swarmed by police. He frantically backs away, accidentally breaking a display case, and then is wrestled to the ground by the officers. He struggles against them but can't get free. But when he's led to Chief Kuan, he doesn't seem scared at all. Seems like this wasn't part of the plan. Wait, you can't leave yet. Our exhibition room just lost a diamond ring. A security guard announces, blocking their way. He seems quite agitated at the theft. The security guard immediately searches Zhao Ji, but ultimately finds nothing suspicious about him. On the contrary, a gemstone ring appears in the pocket of the police officer escorting him. What? Good heavens! You cops are stealing? Now, no one is going anywhere until we get to the bottom of this. The security guard yells to the rest of the guards, now blocking everyone from leaving. Chief Kuan knows that this whole diamond ring charade is Zhao Ji's doing. To prevent him from causing more trouble, he immediately orders 2 officers to escort him away. But little does he know, this is exactly what Zhao Ji wanted. Okay, how much longer are you guys going to keep up this act? Zhao Ji questions. Turns out, those 2 officers are actually the master and the special agent in disguise. Everything is part of Xiang's plan. He arranged for Zhao Ji to obediently stay in the exhibition room and wait for the police, then use the chaos to accidentally break the display case and slip the stolen item into the officer's pocket. This plan is designed to prevent Chief Kuan from personally escorting him, creating an opportunity for the entire group to escape. But after returning home, Zhao Ji learns that the Tony Museum was robbed. He immediately suspects Enma. And he's right. The goods are with me, Enma admits. Xiang orders Enma to hand over the stolen item, and she complies. Zhao Ji doesn't press the issue. After all, this woman just saved his life. He realizes that she is only following directions from Xiang. Enma couldn't bear to see others mistreating a small dog, because her childhood was no different from that. Orphaned at a young age, she had to steal to survive. Until one day she met Xiang. After hearing her story, Zhao Ji has a different view of Enma and her crew. He realizes that maybe they aren't as bad as he originally thought. Afterwards, he immediately returns the stolen item to Chief Kuan. Chief Kuan is extremely surprised, but he immediately understands that their goal isn't theft. Meanwhile, Xiang unexpectedly takes the initiative to contact Li Wanhao. You haven't answered my calls for so many years. You're hard to reach, Xiang says. Clearly, the two have known each other for a long time, but Li Wanhao's attitude towards Xiang is very cold. Before leaving, he bluntly declares, I saw through all your dirty tricks 10 years ago. He won't be tricked again. However, that doesn't affect Xiang's plan. Zhen Zhu quickly hacks into the building's internal network, identifying the location of Li Wanhao's assistant. Li Wanhao's treasure vault, apart from him, can only be opened by this assistant. He will become a key pawn in Xiang's plan. After the escape, Zhen Zhu and the master sneak into the surveillance room and easily subdue the security team. At the same time, Zhao Ji and Enma raid the vault and take control of Li Wanhao's assistant. They quickly use the assistant's card to enter the treasure vault. The priceless Buddha head statue is right there. Zhao Ji is incredibly excited, but can't seem to figure out how to unlock it. In the crucial moment, he suddenly remembers a story his father told him when he was little. Confucius would rather be thirsty than drink water from the Daoquan spring because if the name is not correct, then the language is not smooth. The name must be accurate and good in order for the story to flow. We must follow the right path. Shaoqi, do you understand my meaning, son? I understand now. Zhao Ji realizes his mistake. He shouldn't have stubbornly tried to break the lock, but should have tried to restore it to its original state. Thinking this, Zhao Ji immediately takes action. At the same time, the assistant starts secretly contacting Li Wanhao. The assistant had something hidden up his sleeve. What are you doing? It turns out that the assistant intentionally allowed himself to be captured. His purpose was to ensnare the group and see if they could actually solve the Heaven and Earth Chenkuan lock. He was never on their side. The assistant is a highly skilled martial artist, and Enma is no match for him. Helplessly, Enma has no choice but to fight with all her might, trying to buy time for Zhao Ji to unlock the lock. As a result, with just a slight oversight, she is pinned to the ground by the assistant and beaten. Enma is quickly injured. Meanwhile, in another development, Li Wanhao has led his men to the treasure vault. Zhenju hurriedly informs Enma and Zhao Ji, then immediately helps the master escape. They won't be able to help anymore. Just when Enma is about to give out, Zhao Ji finally opens the Heaven and Earth Chenkuan lock. The Buddha head, sealed for 10 years, finally sees the light of day. The assistant sees this and rushes to try to snatch it, but Zhao Ji quickly grabs the Buddha head and runs away with Enma. Unexpectedly, just as the two leave, Enma is taken hostage by the special agent. They are trapped. Sorry, Buddha head. Hand it over. The special agent has betrayed them. Zhao Ji has no choice but to comply. Just at this moment, Enma suddenly realizes that she can't contact Xiang Yin anymore. They're done for. Outnumbered and outgunned, the two have fallen into Li Wanhao's hands. The moment Li Wanhao sees the Buddha amulet on Zhao Ji's body, he recognizes him immediately. He already has suspicions about Zhao Ji's real identity. You're Zhao Mimin's son? Why are you working for Zhu Taiyuan, Xiang? Li Wanhao exclaims. The truth is revealed. 10 years ago, Li Wanhao was also a teammate of Zhao Mimin and Xiang. He personally witnessed Xiang, driven by greed, wanting the wealth of the Buddha head for himself and killing Zhao Mimin. To make matters worse, Zhao Mimin had long suspected that Prime Minister Xiang was up to no good, so he quickly locked the Buddha head in the Heaven and Earth Chenkuan box. Zhao Mimin made it even more impossible to steal the head by implementing an impenetrable lock that only he knew how to open. What's worse is that this box is unopenable by anyone but me. The lock was so difficult even for the original thief that he failed. The Prime Minister's plan falls apart completely. Li Wanhao, the calm strategist, calmly plays his part in this complicated situation, taking the box containing the Buddha head as his own. Zhao Ji is completely stunned. He had no idea that he had been helping the enemy that killed his father. It's all a massive misdirection, and Zhao Ji was playing right into it. Meanwhile, the Prime Minister pulls the same old trick, shooting the special agent and running away with the Buddha head. This is how he handled any issue back in the day, and it seems that he hasn't changed one bit. Suddenly, Captain Kuan leads his men to the building. Li Wanhao is caught off guard. Zhao Ji and Enma quickly take advantage of the chaos to escape. Li Wanhao is taken into police custody because of the stolen antiques in the vault and the dead bodies in the building. His plan backfires as he is now caught. Enma can't believe that the Prime Minister betrayed them. Her heart is broken into a million pieces. It seems everyone is betraying everyone these days. Just at that moment, Zhao Ji takes the initiative to contact Captain Kuan. It turns out that he and Captain Kuan had met before when he sent the collectibles to Captain Kuan. Zhenju is extremely surprised, but to catch the traitor, she immediately decides to cooperate with the police and find the Prime Minister's hiding place. The Prime Minister intends to steal away with the Buddha head. The police immediately move into a surveillance position. Zhenju also quickly uses the surveillance cameras to identify his location. This is a high-stakes situation, and time is of the essence. Receiving the information, Zhao Ji and Enma immediately block the Prime Minister's path. You're just as naive as your father. No wonder you two can never win against me, the Prime Minister says. It seems he has a personal grudge against the family. The Prime Minister was prepared. Zhao Ji and Enma immediately fall into a dangerous situation. Even so, Enma doesn't give up. Just when she's about to take down the Prime Minister, disaster strikes. Luckily, Zhao Ji appears in time, taking down the assassin. In another twist, Prime Minister Xiang is intercepted by Captain Kuan. They engage in a brutal fight, each move as ruthless and deadly as the next. Captain Kuan is at a disadvantage, and he is almost killed by the Prime Minister. The police reinforcement arrives on the scene. The Prime Minister immediately seeks a way to escape, but before he gets very far, he is ambushed by Zhao Ji. The Prime Minister puts the Buddha head down and starts berating Zhao Ji. Zhao Ji struggles, only a moment away from dying before the Prime Minister. After escaping, the Prime Minister heads towards the underground parking lot, intending to drive away. However, in the middle of the road, his car suddenly loses control and automatically crashes straight into the police cordon. I win this time. From now on, the world of thieves is in my hands. The Prime Minister yells victoriously. It turns out that Zhao Ji had predicted that the Prime Minister would try to escape by car, so he prepared an identical car for him in the B1 level. He had Jinju control the system, leading the Prime Minister who wanted to go to B2 to B1 instead, tricking him by the similarities in the parking levels. In other words, people are often so focused on one thing that they neglect others. He focused so much on escaping that he didn't even notice the shift in the parking lot. In this way, both the Prime Minister and Li Wanhao are caught in the net, and Ma, Jinju, and the Master had their sentences reduced for meritorious service. Even the bad people can have a redemption. As for the Buddha head, Zhao Ji had just returned it when it was stolen again by someone else. It seems that theft in this world is truly impossible to prevent. The film Never a Thief, which has several outstanding actors, has been described as a Chinese version of Now You See Me. Although the script has a few holes, the action in the film is still very entertaining. Alright, that's the end of today's story. See you in the next episode. The ending is a bit of a cliffhanger with the head stolen again.